I come from a musical family. My mom is a pianist. She is a beautiful piano teacher, and she was my first teacher. I started with piano at age 6, and I was a pianist actually for quite a bit, for 8 years. So my first teacher was my mom, and that was for 2 years. But then I joined a music school and like kind of like a music center for afternoon lessons, and that's when I really got into music more, let's say more professionally, even though I was a kid, but still I had a lot more of an environment around me, because we had theory lessons and we had string ensembles for the kids that we'd studied together. And I have two sisters who are musicians as well, and one of them played violin back then. And I felt like I wanted to try it as well, even though piano was still my primary instrument. I tried violin for 2 years. I didn't really love it, to be honest. And so piano kept being my main instrument until I got accepted to a high school of arts. And my first year there, I was a pianist. I was in the choir, just like the rest of the pianists. And the head of the classical music major came to us, all the pianists in my grade, and she said, "You guys are exceptionally big amount this year of pianists. And I just wanted to let you know that, because it means that in terms of chamber music opportunities, you might get it later on in your 4 years of high school." Back then, I mean, I just started, and for me, it was a lot to go to that school every day, taking a train, taking two buses at age 14. So I thought to myself, wait, I didn't do all the process of getting accepted to this school in order to get chamber music opportunities later on. I kind of want it now. I had some conversations with my sisters and my mom and my teachers and my mentors, and I thought of other instruments that are more chamber, that are more needed. And I thought of double bass, and I thought of the bassoon, and I thought of the viola, because I had the experience of the 2 years of violin, which I thought that that experience would help. But eventually, it was kind of later on, because the violin was when I was 8. And when I started viola the first year in high school, I was already 15, but I picked on it pretty fast. Within 3 months, I was already in the school's orchestra and playing in string quartets, just like I wanted the chamber music making or doing. And so that's kind of how it all started. The moment I picked the viola, I kind of right away left the piano. I was even surprised by myself, because piano was really my passion, but something about the viola that worked out really great and really fast. I decided, okay, if I want to really succeed in this, I need to dedicate my all into this. And so I kind of right away dropped the piano, really dedicated all my time and effort in the viola. Back then, my sister, who when we were kids played the violin, at that point she was already a violist as well. She was actually sitting in my lessons, in my first few lessons, just in like I don't know, the first maybe 3 months. Then she would help me practice at home. So I was very lucky to have this kind of smooth getting into the field very fast, and so she was a big part of that process. And I had my first and longest time teacher, Dr. Lidache Vanon, in which I did my bachelor degree under her studio in the Bookman Mehta School of Music in Tel Aviv University. So by the time I graduated with my bachelor's, I was already 10 years with her, with the same teacher. So when I came to New York to do my master's, I was very pleased to have two teachers that I basically split between them, and I had every other week lessons with them. So that kind of helped become the gap of like teachers' experience. But then I played for many master violists in master classes and music festivals and programs over summers and mostly in Europe. But later on, when I moved to New York, also in New York and in the States. So that's kind of like a brief background. I mean, there's a lot more, but I guess that's pretty much the background that I come from.